Happy February, everyone. Welcome to your weekly forecast for January 31st, Monday, through February 6th, Sunday. Okay, so there is not a lot going on again this week with major aspects, except for Mercury does turn direct on the 3rd. It's in Capricorn still. And there is a new moon on the 1st, okay? But the new moon and full moon is covered in your monthly forecast for February, which will be up shortly. So for now, I'll just give you, this week, really, there is only two major aspects, and they don't happen until Friday, okay, the 4th. And they are Mars in Capricorn sextiles Jupiter in Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius conjuncts Saturn, also in Aquarius. So, for Aries, okay? First of all, sorry, I want to thank all my subscribers for continuing to come back and support me. Thank you for all your support, okay? And if you're new to my channel, if you like this video, please like and share it and subscribe to my channel, okay? And check out my monthly forecast, not just these weeklies, okay? So anyways, okay, so for Aries, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 10th house, okay, sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 12th house of Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 11th house conjunct Saturn, also in your 11th house in Aquarius. So we've got your 10th, 11th, and 12th houses here that are active. Okay, so having Mars in your 10th house of your public and professional life, how you're known by reputation, your status, even in your community or among your friends or colleagues, even for professional reasons. Anyways, having Mars here makes you kind of competitive at this time. Especially like if you're in for some kind of promotion or a raise or something like that, having Mars here really, really helps present your case if that's what you actually have to do. Tell people what it is that's so wonderful about you, that why you should get, you know, all these things that you're asking for, let's say like in a new position, even if it's not professional, this could be personal. You're getting attention from groups of people, maybe even large groups of people. You're influencing or being able to influence a certain group of people at least, right? This all helps with this sextile to Jupiter in your 12th house of hidden matters, okay? It's the house of secrets and actions taken by you or someone else behind the scenes, okay? Having Jupiter here right now means that while this planet is here, you are going to have help behind the scenes. A lot of times it's unknown to you even. There could be somebody pulling strings for you that you're totally unaware of. And this could be in regards to your job or anything at all. Somebody putting in a good word for you. Or it could be that you've asked for someone to help you, or you are just doing something behind the scenes. It could be a secret, it doesn't have to be, but it could be something that you're doing that enhances your reputation in some way as far as your professional or even personal life goes. So there's something happening that's very good that's going on for you. At the same time, the Sun and Saturn in your 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Your group of friends, it's your most sociable house. It's social media. It's where you would normally go to hang out. You know, any kind of organization that you belong to, okay? So this conjunction to Saturn means that you've like solidified your position somewhere or other, okay? It could be in an organization. Maybe you were looking for some kind of position there. Maybe that's what's going on here with Mars in your 10th house. You're nominated for something or other. If you were a politician or a public speaker at this time, you'd be really winning them over, okay? This also, with this conjunction, gives you the ability to network with like your friends or acquaintances within an organization, even on social media, something like that. But you're making really good contacts with people. They're solid. They're reliable, or they're respected. Let's put it that way. So you know, you're getting the help of quite a lot of people if that's exactly what you were looking for. If not, you're at least getting recognition and I don't want to say necessarily praise, but you're being looked upon as somebody who can really get the job done. Okay. So for Taurus, on February 4th, Friday, Mars in Capricorn in your 9th house sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. And on the very same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 10th house conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your 10th house. So you've got some really nice things going on here, okay? Mars in your 9th house kind of has opened up a lot of areas for you as far as, I'd have to say knowledge. You know, having planets here does open up your mind somewhat to want to, especially like Pluto has been here for a while. But having Mars here makes you, and Mercury even, and Venus are here right now also. So this is a pretty active house where you're looking to learn something new possibly, but it's probably something that you've always wanted to know. You find it interesting. It could be anything, but ninth house is the house of foreign people, foreign languages, countries, foreign travel, communications. You could have just like learned something on your own, like I said, that you feel is interesting, but it's helping you like in your status as far as like your professional life or even your personal life. Your 10th house where you have this conjunction of Sun and Saturn brings about, you know, some kind of promotion. Jupiter was just here, okay? It moved into your 11th house where it is right now in Pisces, but it was here for like a long time. And usually when Jupiter is in your 10th house, especially along with Saturn, you get some kind of elevated status, okay? If it's not within your professional life, it's in your personal life. So now that Jupiter has moved, you still have Saturn here, and this conjunction brings about a position of like authority, sometimes a position with a hell of a lot of responsibility too. Okay, so maybe that's what people see you as, somebody that's very responsible, somebody reliable, somebody that can handle anything, especially whatever position you may be in now. If you didn't receive some kind of promotion, you still have this kind of outward projection in the public eye. This is the way people view you. And that could be like what's going on right now. Maybe maybe you're being discussed even. You know, like this very nice sextile from your 9th house Mars, where Mars is right now, to Jupiter in your 11th house, okay, of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Excuse me. It's the house of socializing. It's one of the houses of fun. You know, this is opening your circle of friends, getting new people coming into your life that more than likely will become pretty good friends, or a friend even, introducing you to a new circle of people or an organization even that you would like to belong to. And that's another thing is you could be, as far as a promotion or something goes, you could be joining some kind of organization that has possibly some kind of background in, you know, foreigners, foreign country. You know, could be some kind of cultural thing from your culture, your background, where your ancestors are from or something like that. So you could be actually joining some kind of organization like that right now, and be eventually, if it's not now, well, you could be thought of being the head of this organization. Okay, somewhere down the line, if not right now. Okay, so for Gemini, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 8th house, sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. And on the very same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 9th house conjunct Saturn, also in Aquarius in your 9th house. Okay, so we've got your 8th, 9th, and 10th houses here. Okay, so Mars in your 8th house of other people's resources and money. It's shared resources that you share with a partner of some kind. Could be anyone. This house is a little crowded right now with Pluto, Mars, Mercury, and Venus, so it's pretty active. You could be using resources or being given the use of someone else's resources. Okay, it doesn't always have to be money, but it could be. But somebody could give you access to something that they have, even if it's like equipment, whatever. Something though that will enhance your 10th house here is your personal and professional status. Okay, so this is something that could enhance your job, whatever you do for a livelihood. Maybe you needed like equipment of some kind or something, even if it is a person suggesting you or putting in a good word for you with colleagues or something, or someone you know. That they know, rather, or and someone you would like to know. Okay, maybe they're introducing you to influential people at this time. Okay, having Jupiter in your 10th house means that your career is opening up in one way or other. Okay, you may be changing careers. You know, Neptune's here at the same time. So that you'll have to listen to my video on that, Jupiter in Pisces. Okay. Anyways, you could like be looking to change, you know, careers, or you could be applying even for another position within a company that you currently work for, or a completely new company, something like that. But you're getting help here. Either you have your own resources in order to pursue something. Could be a whole new line of work though. If it's not related to work, this is still your personal reputation, how the public views you and knows you by reputation. So that's really being enhanced right now. In fact, you could be like either on the receiving end or giving end of monies to like certain charities or something like that. Or you could be affiliated with some charitable cause. You know, something like that. But if you don't have the money to donate, you could donate your time even. Okay, also on this very same day, you have Sun conjunct Saturn in your 9th house of Aquarius. Okay, so 9th house is many things, but it is your house of philosophy, your philosophy on life. It's religious and spiritual beliefs. It's foreign travel, communications, people, cultures, people dealing with people from a completely different background than your own. It's social media. It's an internet house. It's publishing and media. It's higher learning, knowledge. Okay, so Jupiter was just here, and now it's moved into your 10th house. So while it was here along with Saturn, you may have taken it upon yourself to learn something that I believe it was to enhance your career. Okay, a lot of times people just take up subjects when planets are here because it's interesting to them. It's something that they would always wanted to know about. But in your case, I think you deliberately did it so you could either get a better position or get a completely different position than you already have as far as your livelihood goes. And it could also be, though, to enhance your public life in some way. Okay? So, for Cancer, on February 4th, Friday, Mars in Capricorn in your 7th house sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 9th house of Pisces. And on the very same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 8th house conjunct Saturn, also in Aquarius in your 8th house. So I've mentioned before, you know, about having Mars in your opposite sign of Capricorn in your 7th house, okay? So you'll have to listen to my January monthly horoscope, even though Mars is still going to be here into February, so that'll also be covered in your February forecast. But anyway, so you've got somebody here that's a little bit pushy and aggressive, somebody that you're close with. 7th house is close relationships. However, this is a sextile to Jupiter in your 9th house, which is helpful. It's something helpful going on here with one of your close relationships. This is either a romantic or business partner or a close friend. Okay, they are possibly helping you to achieve something or other. 9th house, when Jupiter's here, Jupiter is the natural ruler of the 9th house. This governs like travel, like usually foreign travel, long distance travel, but travel to another country, or some kind of an adventure. Okay, so somebody could, you know, one of these people, close friends or close person in your life, could be suggesting some kind of, like I said, an adventure of some kind. And with this conjunction of Sun conjunct Saturn in your 8th house, it looks like maybe they're going to pay for it even. You know what I mean? You're benefiting from a partner at this time. Whatever it is that they have, possibly, maybe, you know, they have the resources in order to pay your way for something. It doesn't even have to be a trip or anything like that. You know, it could be, 9th house is also higher learning, so a class of some kind that maybe you would like to attend, or that there is something that you would like to learn. It could be something that maybe this close relationship, this person knows how to do a certain thing, or they know of someone who does know the very thing that you want to learn, and all they need to do is just show you how to do something. There's all different ways of learning. You don't have to have a regular, you know, class. Anybody could teach you anything, okay? But it looks to me like it's not something that you're going to learn like on a video online or watching YouTube. You could, but there's still something that you really need to see up and close and have someone actually show you how to do it, okay? In person or whatever. Okay, so for Leo, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 6th house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 8th house of Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 7th house conjuncts Saturn, also in Aquarius in your 7th house. So, okay, so we've got your 6th, 7th, and 8th houses here. Right now, there's lots of planets in Capricorn in your 6th house of the workplace, the kind of work that you do, your co-workers, your work schedule. It's your house of health. I would have to say that you've had an awful lot of attention as far as your health goes, even if it's just from you, but possibly from other people, just because all these, you know, planets are here. So if there was something that you needed to take care of, it looks like you did. And I would have to say that you're more than likely doing pretty well. But anyways, as far as the workplace goes, you know, Mercury's been going back and forth here, back and forth between like Aquarius and Capricorn. So now it's back in Capricorn again, right? So we're back in your 6th house, and there's something possibly that's going on within the workplace where there was some kind of new policy that was supposed to be initiated, you know, in January because it's the beginning of the year, or some new kind of way of doing something or other. You know, because, like I said, because it's the beginning of the year, and a lot of companies, they try to start things then, you know. And it looks like it more than likely didn't work out. It could be even something that a new client, or a new way of doing a client's work, or just like a new way of doing something. It could even be software. that you're using, that you suddenly discover, doesn't really do all the things that you actually needed it to do. All kinds of fun stuff, okay? So just weird, weird whatever going on at work, okay? But having Mars here now, because Mars just moved in to Capricorn on January like 24th. So you're getting a little bit more aggressive or you know, standing up for yourself, even as far as in the workplace goes, or not putting up with certain things that maybe you have been for a while, you know. You could be like, because there's a very nice sextile, okay, to your 8th house where you have Jupiter right now. You could have someone, like a coworker or something, be doing something very nice for you. Could be an ongoing thing, okay. 6th house is also service to others, okay. Usually it's a 50-50 thing, but there could actually be someone like helping you. Maybe you are also helping them, but it could be enhancing your ability to earn more money, okay. 8th house is other people's resources and money, but it isn't always money, you know. There could be just someone doing something very nice for you at work or in regards to your health. Maybe they're, you know, helping you in some way or other. They could be giving you access to something that they have that you need to use, okay? But they're pretty generous right now. Having Jupiter in your 8th house does mean that at this time people can be fairly generous with you, okay? So take it while you can. Whatever's offered you, take it while you can, okay? Now, on the same day, having the Sun conjunct Saturn in your 7th house, okay, of close relationships, partnerships of any kind. And you do know Aquarius is your opposite sign. I'll go into more of that in the February monthly, right? So for now, though, it looks like someone is really or has succeeded in talking you into some kind of definite partnership. You know, it could be an agreement, an arrangement. It could be in regards to work. Doesn't always have to be. Could be that you're suddenly responsible for, you know, someone else's, I don't know, their finances, I want to say, you know, just because we're back to this 8th house thing with Jupiter here. You know, it could be something that you don't even really want. You know, you don't want this. It could be like a written contract, though, too. Somebody could be trying to get you to sign on the dotted line at this time. And you're making an arrangement, an agreement. May possibly have something to do with a settlement, okay? You could be offered some kind of settlement at this time. Could be in regards to insurance. Could be a workman's comp kind of thing. Could be many, many things. But I'm just telling you, you know, never sign anything until you've really gone over it. You know, if someone's trying to pressure you into doing something right now that's requires any kind of talk with a lawyer, it's best for you to hold off a little bit, or till you're more comfortable with it, you know, till you really truly understand what it's all about, okay? So for Virgo, okay, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 5th house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 7th house of Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 6th house, conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your 6th house. So we've got your 5th, 6th, and 7th houses here with these aspects. Very nice sextile from your 5th house of romance and fun. Any kind of collaboration as far as creativity goes. This is speculation and gambling. Amusements of any kind. You know, just creativity. All kinds of fun stuff. Having Jupiter in your 7th house. Does open up new possibilities for all kinds of new partners coming into your life. The 7th house is close relationships and partnerships. So it could be romantic, business, close friend, whatever. But you have many opportunities now as far as Jupiter's here. A lot of times people get married when Jupiter is in their 7th house. But that, it doesn't always have to be that way. However, if you were in a very serious relationship already, this might be like when somebody pops the question, with this, or you make some kind of gesture or whatever towards your partner for something more definite, more permanent, okay? But if that's not the case, you could also be involved in a creative partnership, and that could be some kind of bond that you're creating at this time. The 6th house, okay, is the many things, but it's like the kind of work that you do and your co-workers. It's also the house of health and the house of service, and like your everyday life, more or less. It's almost like your 3rd house in that respect, except it's more like your schedule. Okay, so you could be working on something right now with this Sun conjunct Saturn in your 6th house. It could be something pretty important. You could be doing some really important work right now. This is, this regards like some very serious thinking. Okay, this Saturn conjunct, Sun conjunct Saturn. Okay, so this could be in regards to work that you're already doing. It could be something that you have created on your own. Okay, that you are somewhere down the line, because Jupiter was just here, so there was a lot of possibilities opened up in this area for you to try like different things, even if it's self-employment. Okay, even if you don't work at all, you're still doing something here to really solidify your position at work, okay? And if you're self-employed, just with your clients or gaining new clients or putting in something new, some new or different way of doing something, it could be like pretty unusual, something a little different in the way you are working with your clients. Or the kind of work that you do even could be like a little bit different. But as far as your health goes, this would be a time where you would just really get it checked out. You could probably be doing something like that this same time each year, just because it's like the beginning of the year. So it's something like that. But you could be, involved in a really nice romance, or I would have to say a creative project that maybe you are like again creating with someone else, and it looks like it's pretty important. Maybe it has to do with health. Maybe whatever it is you're doing, maybe you're coming out with a video or something on exercise or something like that, or eating right or something or other, some kind of recipe or diet or whatever. Okay, so Libra. On Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 4th house, sextiles Jupiter transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 5th house conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your 5th house. So this is actually pretty nice here. A very nice sextile from your 4th house of your home life, which is very busy right now because there's Mars, Pluto, Mercury, and Venus still here, all in your 4th house. It's pretty active here right now. Having Mars here makes you like very active when it comes to your home. You're trying to get things the way you want them to be. If you do live with other people, you're making changes here some way or other that are best suitable for you. You want things done your way, whatever. But anyways, very nice sextile to your 6th house of the kind of work that you do, the workplace, co-workers, your work schedule. It's your house of health. It's your house of service. It's also your house of small pets. Maybe at this time you were getting a cat or dog or fish or turtle or something like that, whatever. But whatever is going on here is being helped by your home life or family or a roommate or just where it is that you live. Maybe you are finally able to bring work home. You're working from home. Maybe you weren't before. Maybe you have, I don't know, you could even have gotten some kind of, not necessarily a new job, but a better position within your current company. If you are self-employed, you have more clients coming in at this time. This is really expanding. Maybe you do something for a living that's kind of traditional, but there's something different that you're doing now that is really attracting more business, okay, or more clients, because you're putting like an extra special touch in there or something that other people aren't doing. Okay, having Jupiter, though, also in your 6th house helps to bring about like good health, overall good health. You may put on a little bit of weight. Jupiter does that sometimes when it's in your 6th house, but who knows, maybe you're one of those people that may have needed to put on some weight. Okay, so, but this Sun conjunct Saturn in your 5th house are all on the same day. 5th house is the house of romance and creativity and children, fun. It's the house of gambling, entertainment of any kind, anything that's fun. It's parties, whatever. So as far as children go, maybe they were not really a concern, but maybe you're having some kind of serious talk with them at this time, or making some kind of move or arrangement in regards to them that it is like a little bit more than helpful. I mean, it's I don't want to say it's serious, but it's something that you would want your child to do. Like, even if it's just that you're covering them as far as health insurance goes or something, because they're about ready to start playing sports and it's physical, and in case they get hurt, you're worried about something like that. Or if this is in romance, this could be a kind of serious time in romance where you have a discussion with your romantic partner, and who knows, maybe you're talking about even moving in together, or some kind of change if you already are living together, some kind of a change in the arrangement. Or, again, if you share a child with this person, some kind of change in regards to them. And it could actually be something, though, creative, too, as far as this being the house of creativity. Maybe you are doing something, putting the final touches on something you've been working on, and getting it ready to like appear, before the public, or present it to someone or something. But yeah, it looks like you're really doing something, I want to say, kind of serious in regards to creativity or romance or your children. Okay, so for Scorpio, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 3rd house sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your 5th house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 4th house conjunct Saturn, also in Aquarius in your 4th house. So we have your 3rd, 4th, and 5th houses going on here. Your 3rd house is kind of crowded right now with 4 planets in Capricorn, Mars and Venus, and Mercury and Pluto. Okay, so Venus and Mars, though, the love planets in your 3rd house of like your everyday life, the people you would normally encounter and the places you would normally go throughout the course of your day. This is the house of short distance travel, though, like overnight travel, a day trip or something like that, or a weekender or something. It's also the big house of communication. Okay. But I would have to say, because it's a nice sextile to Jupiter in your 5th house of romance and fun and gambling, children, okay, creativity, parties. You know, I'd have to say that maybe you are traveling right now to have fun, you know, or you are doing something with a child or someone else's child or children. Okay, but you could be like traveling to visit someone. You know, it could be for fun, but it could be for romance though too. You know, it's really nice. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are also only one traveling. You know, maybe someone is coming to visit you, kind of thing, just because you have the Sun conjunct Saturn in your fourth house of your home and family and stuff, okay? So maybe someone is, you know, could be family, could be relatives. Okay, third house is like siblings and cousins. Fourth house is like your family, period, usually like immediate family. But, you know, fifth house here with this romance, with Jupiter here and stuff, you know, you could have a romantic someone or other coming to visit you. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to stay with you, you know, but this Sun conjunct Saturn here is something a little bit more, I don't know, I'm going to say stable. You know, maybe there is a person coming into your life or that is moving in with you possibly. It could be a roommate, could be a family member, or, you know, whatever. But they bring some kind of stability to your life, okay, to your home life. Okay, that could be something that's going on right now. Okay? Okay, so for Sagittarius, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your second house, sextiles Jupiter transiting in your fourth house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your third house, conjunct Saturn also in Aquarius in your third house. So very nice. We've got your second, third, and fourth houses here. And your second house is crowded right now with Mars, Pluto, Mercury, and Venus, all in Capricorn, your house of earned income, money. Okay, having Venus here for as long as it has been, it's still going to be here up until like the beginning of March. So it attracts things to you. Okay, Mars here energizes this house, makes you really try to bring in like some new form of income, either through a side job or side project or side something or other that you do. Okay, second house is many things, but one of them is hidden talents. By now, you know, I'm pretty sure Pluto has, because Pluto's been here for a really long time, has brought at least one of these things to the surface, right? And having the planet Uranus in your sixth house of the kind of work that you do now, okay, which I've mentioned many times, okay, it could be Venus related, you know, whatever it is that you're doing now, something with the arts or something that's fun even, or beautifies something or other, you know. But that's because you have Taurus on the sixth house cusp. Now the planet Uranus, though, governs like anything high tech and electronics and stuff, the airwaves, all kinds of anything unusual. Okay, anything unusual. So if that hasn't come out in you by now, I really don't know what's going to do it. But this Mars placement here might actually do something like that. It might actually make you finally take physically, you know, steps or actions to do this very thing. You know, if you were just thinking about doing something on the side, you know, to earn money or create a whole new livelihood for yourself, you know, and then just completely forget about whatever it was you were doing for money in the past, because this new thing is so successful, right? Even if you're retired or you don't work at all, there's still something you're doing. People, you got to have money coming in to live, right? Live off of something. So That's what this is doing here. Mars is creating ways for you to bring in more money. Okay, so, and I know, you know, I always say Sagittarians are the big gamblers of the Zodiac, and you could go ahead and gamble. With all these planets here in the second house, you know, watch my February monthly forecast when I put them out. Okay, they'll be going up within the next few days. So there'll be days on there for you to gamble, right? But with all these planets in your second house, I am going to have to say something like that. Even though people don't like me sometimes saying stuff like that, but you are the luckiest sign in the zodiac. Okay, now this sextile to Jupiter in your fourth house of your home, okay, your home where you actually physically live, the property surrounding it, it's your family or anyone that you live with. Even if you live on your, you know, by yourself, this is still like where you physically live. It's also your personal life and your past and your childhood. So I would have to say that at this time you are able to finally purchase something for your home that you wanted for your home, or you are possibly even purchasing a new home. Okay, you could actually be moving or something or other, but or expanding your home in some way. You're adding on or building on or something or other. Okay, on the very same day you have Sun conjunct Saturn in your third house. Okay, to me, okay, third house is big communication and travel house. So I would have to say that you could have some kind of pretty, I want to say serious, could possibly be a serious communication on this day through regular postal mail, email, phone call, message, text message, voicemail, something or other. You could have a very important conversation with someone at this time. Third house is your everyday life and your neighbors, your siblings, your cousins. You could get a phone call from one of these people, or just hear some news at this time that it affects you in some way. But it could actually turn out to be like good news. Okay, maybe not for everybody, but it could be for you. You know what I mean? It could be something that's going to be going on in your neighborhood, or something that's going to be going on with your property, or everybody's property in your neighborhood. Okay. So for Capricorn, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn, okay, in your first house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your third house of Pisces, and on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius conjuncts Saturn in Aquarius in your second house. Okay, so very nice sextile from Mars in your first house is making you very active right now. Okay, Mars energizes you physically, but also mentally though too. You know, I always say when Mars is in your own sign or your first house, it makes you really confident. You know, it makes you go after things that that you want. It makes you make corrections though at this time to whatever's not going right in your life, you know, or whatever. If you want something to be a certain way, okay, then you set out to put it that way. In regards to anyone else, maybe you don't really like mow them down or push them out of the way, but you don't really heed their interference if there's someone that may be trying to I don't know, get you to I don't know, not do something or other. You know, when Mars is in your first house, it makes you really want to take on the world. Okay, so maybe that is what you're doing right now. Jupiter in your third house of your everyday life, the people that you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day, or places or businesses that you would patronize or visit. Okay, this is a big communication and travel house. It is the internet, one of the houses for the internet, and having Jupiter here kind of opens up this whole area for you. If you didn't already have a podcast or a YouTube channel or something, I'd have to say that's what you're doing right now, or you're creating some way for you to get your word out express yourself verbally, okay, or the written word. That's what the third house is, though, you know, but this, a big communication and travel house, okay, right? So having Jupiter here does bring about maybe a lot of short trips to nearby places, possibly. It does give you maybe a little bit more contact with people who live at a distance. But the whole big communication thing is a big deal here right now. And I believe that if you haven't already started something, this is probably your time to do just that. And on the same day with this Sun conjunct Saturn in your second house of income, how you earn your money, you may be talking seriously to someone about that very thing, about money, a fee that you want, or money that is yours, that is supposed to be yours, or where is it, or if it is coming in, it's not enough, or you need more money, or you need something or other. But again, having Mars in your first house really makes you stand up for yourself. You don't back down. If someone is trying to make some kind of an arrangement or agreement with you, because third house is also contracts along with the seventh house. With Jupiter here, though, it does help you to engage in a fairly good or fair contract with someone. Having Neptune here at the same time, though, makes you really a good idea to read between the lines. Don't give up something for the good of everybody else, you know, for the good of all, and all that crap that people try to talk you into when they want to take stuff away from you, okay? So this is, I believe, a pretty serious negotiation going on right now with some kind of project, I think, that you're going to do where you get your word out there, okay? Either the written word, you're either going to write it or you're going to speak it. Okay, for Aquarius, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 12th house, sextiles Jupiter, transiting in your second house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your first house. Okay, so having Mars in your 12th house makes you really, really active behind the scenes. You are trying to do something, possibly in regards to money. Now that you have Jupiter in your second house, it does open up a lot of new avenues for income coming in, different sources of income, or an increase in your own income, period. Okay, so you know, maybe you made it in an investment even, and maybe it's, you know, you're getting dividends or something coming back to you right now, okay? You've had planet, like Pluto's been in your 12th house for a long time now, okay? But right now there's Venus, Mars, and Mercury, and Pluto. So it's really active, okay? Now the 12th house is the house of secrets. Doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing something in secret. It could mean that you're just busy doing your own thing, okay? Mars is the ego planet, right? It makes you look out for your own best interests. So that's what you're doing right now, you know, or you're doing something. It could be like physical movements of some kind that you're doing to help yourself in some way or other. Don't forget, you have the Sun conjunct Saturn in your first house on the very same day. So this is like a kind of like a serious thinking transit. Sun conjunct Saturn means that you're really, you know, looking out for not just yourself, but, you know, maybe your family or something or other. You're looking some way to stabilize and secure your future and maybe your family's future, or your, you know, children or something like that. But it's really serious thinking. You know, it's like looking at, you know, maybe you even learned that you are coming into money in some way or other, or you have this money, or you have resources or something that you didn't have before, and now they're being made available to you. Somebody could be giving you stuff, okay? And it's not an inheritance either. I don't know, maybe you dug it up, right? Maybe you found your own little treasure. But you're trying to figure out a way how to best use it, how you're going to get your money's worth even. Or there are just other resources. Second house isn't always just money. It's your valuables, your values. In fact, you could learn at this time that you own something, could be a collectible or something or other, but that you own something that is worth a hell of a lot more money than anyone was aware of, especially you, that it's rare. You could have got it at a flea market or, you know, garage sale or something or other. But this is the time to really look into something like that. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you are behind the scenes. 12th house is investigating, especially when Mercury is here like it is. And it was retrograde, now it's going direct. So maybe you were trying to find out information about something that you own, okay? Or something that your family owns or something, whatever. Okay, so for Pisces, okay, on Friday, February 4th, Mars in Capricorn in your 11th house, sextiles Jupiter transiting in your first house of Pisces. And on the same day, the Sun in Aquarius in your 12th house conjunct Saturn, also in Aquarius in your 12th house. Okay, so anyways, having Mars in your 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes, your group of friends, any kind of organization that you belong to. This is a social media house. It's the internet. It's where you would normally go to hang out. Okay, it's pretty crowded right now with Pluto, Mars, Mercury, and Venus here right now. So you may have been having a pretty good time, especially with Venus here. It's still going to be here up until March. So this makes for lighthearted, more likely than anything, lighthearted times with your friends or acquaintances or on social media. Okay, having Mars here, though, does make you go after a little bit more your dreams, hopes, and wishes. Okay, so you have Jupiter in your first house, so it's opening up all kinds of possibilities for you right now. When Jupiter is in your sign or your first house, it's a time when you should try new things, something you've always wanted to learn or something you've always wanted to do. A lot of times people take that dream trip, okay, to some place that they've never been to before but always wanted to go, you know, or you wanted to do something, you know, or see something, or I don't know, anything. And this is one of those times. Having Mars in your 11th house really gives you, a lot of guts, you know, a lot of balls to get out there and do something you would never have thought of doing in the past. So I would have to say that that's what this is doing, is your group of friends or an organization that you belong to, they may be cheering you on, you know, or even trying to get you to do this very thing. Okay, you don't have to bungee jump or jump out of planes or anything like that, okay? Could be something just nice and normal, you know, who knows? Maybe you always wanted to get up in front of a crowd and sing or do stand-up or do something, okay? But this is that time to do something like that. Now, this Sun conjunct Saturn in your 12th house of behind-the-scenes actions taken by you or someone else. It's the house of secrets. It's the house of your subconscious mind. You know, having Saturn here does bring up all kinds of fears that you never had before, and you really don't. You know, just having Saturn here does that. It's like an illusion kind of thing. You wonder, where is this all coming from, you know? I always say, you know, you love to swim and all of a sudden you're afraid of water. Okay, where did that come from? You know, it's something like that on those lines, and I believe that's what you're finally realizing right now. You're actually critiquing your own 12th house, which is the house of self-undoing. Okay, because they call it that because you can drive yourself crazy. You don't even need someone or some outside force to do it for you. You can do it yourself. Okay, so you may realize that that's exactly what you've been doing. You know, having Jupiter in your first house does bring optimism and a good feeling. So maybe you're finally realizing that these fears or whatever it was that you had were silly. You know, they didn't even exist. It was something that you made up in your subconscious mind. You know, so that's a good thing that you finally come to the realization that you were holding yourself back. Okay. So I hope everyone enjoyed their forecast for this week. Be sure to check out my monthly forecast. Check out Ask Me a Question in the description box below there. It's for people who only want to know maybe one or two things about their chart. But if you would like your chart done, there's also a link there to my website. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.